goes, and it goes, and it goes. Been talking about employees a lot, but your executives are feeling the strain too because they're under pressure. Increase revenue, decrease costs, maximize profitability. They're putting in longer hours, and you need to look at their energy and time put in as well. I know HR directors that they will go into the executives' offices and say, time to go home. You've been here too long. You need to think of productivity as a sprint and not a marathon. Because studies have shown the longer that you put in hours, the less your productivity is. Because you don't have the energy. And just because you're there 14 hours a day doesn't make you more dedicated. It doesn't make you more productive. It just makes you more tired. And then that feeds into that cycle because then your family never sees you. You're not out living. You're not out doing the things that you need to do to get rid of that stress in your life. So again, your employees are looking to you for help in their work-life balance. Because what some are afraid of, even though they're not happy with their jobs, they're afraid to lose it because I need the income. So I'll put in more hours and more hours and more hours, and my family will forgive me because when times get better, well then I'll spend time with them. And somehow that never comes because they get locked into that mindset of I've got to do more, I've got to put in more hours, and they think, quite frankly, that's what they want. That they should be there longer to show their commitment. So here's the thing you need to do. Encourage employees to get out. Perks and benefits around vacations. And employers will say, well, yeah, I offer 2 weeks vacation, 3 weeks vacation. No, what you offer is time off. Cost of doing business. I got to let that employee out of here 2 weeks a year. And whatever, we'll replace, we'll get by. Okay? All work and no play. Makes Jack a dull boy, but it also makes him very tired, and Jill too. Many businesses will look at the vacation policy, and let's say I'm the HR person, and I'm looking at every person in this room, and I'll go, okay, she used 10 days, you used 5, you used 2, you used 7. Because I want to make sure that they don't use more than they've got coming to them. I don't want them cheating the company. You got to flip that around. If each of these people have 14 days, you need to make sure that by the end of the year they've taken their 14 days or their 3 weeks or whatever it may be. Because the average American employee leaves 4 days of vacation unused on the table. And while employers may say, hey, well, that's good because I didn't have to have somebody else take their job over or hire a temp or lose the productivity, I had that person there. Key thing, for every dollar of vacation that an employee left unused on the table, the employer lost $7 due to costs related to presenteeism and lost productivity because of employee burnout and stress. You have to get your employees out because the flip side is those employers that made sure that they were offering a vacation benefit or getting their employees to take their vacation time, for every dollar that they put toward that, they got $3 back in profit due to increased productivity and morale and decreased healthcare costs. Vacations are huge. And making sure that they use their vacation time is absolutely critical. Don't measure if they're using too much. You need to measure that they have all that they have coming to them, and that includes your executives. I'm not leaving them out of this. They have to take their time. I have a brother who has more vacation hours than I can count, and he does not use them all. One, because he loves what he does, so he's not stressed. There are stressors, obviously, but he loves what he does. He's got 5 grandkids all over the country that he could be visiting, that he could be taking time to. And not that he doesn't want to see them, but again, he feels the job is too important. And that is a lot of executives. They feel that responsibility and that weight that they've got to keep this ship afloat. Get them out of the office. Because this is what you want your employees to look like. Here's an exercise I want everybody to do right now. Everybody sit up straight, good posture. I will not make you exercise. This is an exercise. Here's what I want you to do. I want everybody in the room to think of the best vacation memory they've ever had. The most fun that you ever had on a vacation. Pick a single moment. Everybody have it in mind? See, some people are still thinking. They either haven't been on vacation enough or they've had so many good times that they haven't been able to pinpoint one. Okay. Now, I want you to make note internally, how did your body change? How did your body feel when you made that memory? Okay. Second exercise I want you to do. Okay. Erase the one that you just had. Clear slate. I want you to think of the best day of work you ever had. And people are starting to laugh. What kind of a question is the best day of work I ever had? It's work. It's because work is the norm and vacation is not. Vacation is the time that we get a chance to go out and make memories with our families. We have to get them out and make memories with their families. Decompress. Because you know what happens? We go out and we make these fun memories. And I can tell you each one of these pictures, where we were, what we were doing, how I felt. And these are just the ones that are pictured. That's not all the ones that I've taken. And we come back and remember. And everybody that was in the room that had a vacation picture memory felt different. Happy. Their body chemistry changed. Now you have employees that have that body chemistry change. They have that release valve. They get that pressure out of their system. They come back happy with an employer that values them enough to get them out of the office. And when you come to work and you go, oh man, that was so fun. And that memory could have been 5 years later. I could spend 30 minutes telling you about this one moment when Julie and I were in Cabo. And I will tell you something straight up. If you want to feel what it's like to be, insert your favorite rock star, movie actor or actress here, wear a Spam hat. Seriously. We were in Mexico, Cabo to be specific, and they were sponsoring a crazy hat party. So we wore Spam can hats. And then went to dinner in the restaurant that held about, 200-300 people? I mean, it was big. People were flying over to us. We couldn't eat. Hey, can I take your picture? Oh, I saw your Spam hat. Cheese, and then they click. Cheese, and then they click. I'd get a mouthful, and I'd have to go like this because I didn't want to be, have a smile full of broccoli or whatever that was still in my teeth as I was chewing. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And my body chemistry is changing because I remember it was so much fun, and that was one moment out of a 7-day vacation. This was last Thanksgiving. My wife grew up in Napa. I'd never been there. So we went out for Thanksgiving for 7 days. Her brother's a winemaker, and a darn good one. Wouldn't it be nice to see our employees smile like that when they were in the office? Because they remembered the time that they weren't in the office and how much you valued their health that you got them out of there. Because again, not my opinion, vacations are an essential part of productivity and employee wellness. It's a strategy. It's not a cost of doing business. Wouldn't you love to have employees that came into work and were like that every day? Can you imagine how much fun that office is when everybody's so excited to like, hey, did you see? Insert whatever there. Yeah! How many employees actually do that? Where they're that excited about being in the workplace, about their jobs, not about something that happened outside the office, not about their brackets, not about something their kid did in sports, but something that was in the office that was so exciting to them that they jumped up and down, that they were excited, they're fist pumping. But beyond that, vacation saves lives. Remember the slides we had earlier about women and heart disease and death and suicide rates? Save lives. The 5 vacation group had a 1/3 lower risk of dying during the 9-year study period compared to the no vacation group. I see this slide and I always think of Julie, and not for the one that you would think. I think she knows which one I'm thinking of, because she knows me very well. One of our vacation memories, she had a chance to fulfill a lifelong dream. She swam with the dolphins. And as most things, when you are at those tourist areas, I'll say, they always have the cameras ready. They'll take your picture, then you can buy the picture. And we bought the set, because why the heck not? And there's a picture with her and a dolphin where she's in there. She's tearing up. Don't make me cry now. She's holding the dolphin fins. And there is such a look of pure, unadulterated joy on her face. It is the most joyful person I've ever seen in my life. I told you not to make me cry. If you looked up joy in the dictionary, you would see my wife's picture next to it as an example. And that is a memory I always carry with me, and that's not something that I experienced. It was a memory that I made with my wife. And this is what we're talking about. You helping your employees to get out with their families so that they can calculate the sand-to-water ratio in their toes. That's what they should be thinking about on vacation. Now, quite frankly, there are 3 reasons people don't go. Because when we talk about vacations, we're not talking vacation time. We're not going home to build a deck or paint a house or work on some remodeling project. We're getting out of our routine. We're getting out of the house. We're getting out of town. Where people don't think they can afford to go in this economy. Logistically, planning a vacation can be a pain in the rump. And we've all been there that just planning the vacation was enough not to go on vacation. But there's a 3rd reason. And before I tell you that, I'm going to do a little sidebar, and that is this. What I do outside these 4 walls, beyond talking to folks like yourself in situations like these, is that with this strategy, I have a specific way that I help companies to help their employees make memories. But I'm not here to pitch anything. If you'd like to have that conversation, I will be around after the presentation. But I wanted to let you know that was available. The other reason, they don't think the boss wants them to go. They don't think the boss wants them to go. Or worse yet, what if I do go on vacation and I'm not missed? And the boss decides that my job isn't necessary anymore. So they stay out of fear. And the stress level adds. The disengagement adds. You need to let them know that as a company policy, the company culture, that in valuing your employees, part of it is they need to use a vacation. They need to go and make these memories with their families. Because this is the type of vacation that your employees think they can afford right now. Again, the cartoon's funny, but the principle behind it is not. You have employees that think that that's all they can deserve. And you've got to change that culture.